Blessings from Paris. Oh, but it was deleted. Well, anyways, from Paris. What's going on, guys? Happy Monday. How are you guys feeling this week? How was last week? We are being gifted a little slideshow. What's going on, guys? How are you? I left my glasses in the car and it's so cold. I don't want to go and get them. Hey, guys. I know Mondays are a little sacred time, right? Where we get to reflect on the week past, but also tap into the energies of the week ahead. Now, I do have a couple of downloads and stuff, but I just want to tap in, and because these downloads weren't technically from today, they're from last week. Just I text myself stuff, downloads or whatever, and I was just meditating before I came on with you guys, and I do have some downloads, but let's just pray, pull cards, and then see if they come up. And if I feel prompted to pull the downloads from the phone, I will. Okay? But yeah. Hey, guys. All right, let's kick this off and get into prayer. Okay? Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective all the messages that are in our greatest good, surrounding our material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to us, our personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, for everything you do for me and the collective on a regular. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High, forever and ever. Amen. I'll be honest, like outside of the downloads, I'm not really tapping into a particular energy. Like I'm not feeling like, oh, this week's going to be a nostalgic week, or it's going to be a triggering week, or it's going to be a healing week. I don't know. So that's why I don't want to share the downloads that I have yet. I just really want to tap in to see what the primary energy is. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull one card first. We're going to read this out of the book, and then we're just going to break it out from there. All right. So going from a very specific energy to broadening out from there. All right. Okay. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels. Can you please give us one card for the overarching energy for the week? The dominant energy for the week, just one card. Ooh, that's two. But I'm not going to look at the bottom of it yet. So two cards flipped out. This is the overall energy. This is where your focus is for this week. And it's the 10 of Cups. We're going to read this out of the book. But first, I'm going to channel to you what I got and what I'm downloading now right off of the hop from the 10 of Cups. So this being the first card we have for the week, this is where your focus is going to lie. So this could be your attention is drawn to family. 10 of Cups speaks of emotional fulfillment, but it speaks of family. It speaks of friends. It speaks of that connectivity emotionally that you have with people closest to you, regardless of the nature of the relationship. Whether it's platonic, it's your family, it's romantic. These are the relationships closest to you. There's a focus on them. And for some of you, it's the people that are in your life. So things could be going on. We were tapping into crisis energy a couple of weeks ago. You could feel like your focus was really on work. And then there's certain things that occur, regardless of the vibration, high or low, that occur with these relationship closest to you that pull your focus away from. Some of you are starting new relationships. You're going to pull away from, your attention is going to pull away from that new relationship you're investing in, you're all caught up in all of a sudden. If it's career, you could even have to take some time off, or at the very least, there could be some feedback as to like your availability. You could be starting to miss meetings, be late for them, where people aren't used to that from you. They're used to you being really anal and on point, and you seem distracted, and it's because your attention is brought into your home and the relationships closest to you. Okay, for some of you, your attention is brought here because of all of this inner work that you're doing surrounding what it is you truly want. And for many of you, your inner dark work revealed to you your lack of self-worth, and your lack of self-worth was actually tethered to this family energy, you not feeling worthy enough to have this. And it's the security of family, of a community, of people close to you. So I feel like for some of you, your desire to want to be close, to bond, to have these kind of relationships was revealed to you. So the focus this week is manifesting this. So it could be an internal focus, it could be an external focus, is what I'm trying to say. Hey guys. All right. I'm just going to plug in the frankincense. Okay. So we are going to be launching www.smudgealot.com very soon for spring. But until then, you guys can still go to www.queencup.ca. I know it's confusing for now, but we're going to have that all clean and organized. So for now, you guys can order your frankincense, your kits, your burners. And also we have the essential oil bracelets still available, but come spring when we launch because we're going to do them quarterly, and each one will have a focal semi-precious stone. This one will discontinue and we'll start selling that one. All right. So that's at www.queencup.ca. And for daily, weekly content, you guys can go to Patreon/queencup. Okay. All right. Let's read this though out of the book. 10 of Cups. Oh, it opened to the 9 of Cups. And that's kind of what I'm saying, what I mean about for some of you, because when I opened the book, it went straight to the 9 of Cups. And that's where some of you are. And that's why the focal point is the 10 of Cups, because that's essentially where you want to be and what you want to manifest and where you want to ascend to, whether you are in union with these people or you're trying to manifest these people into your life. Either way, again, we've been focusing on these relationships closest to the collective. And oh, fuck. Okay, let me just read this, and then I'm going to tell you the other card that's underneath the 10 of Cups. I haven't seen it fully, but I have an idea of what it is. Anyways, the 10 of Cups. There was a nobleman who had a large family. He loved his family very much. He welcomed everyone, took care of the weak members of the family, and supported the strong ones. He recognized no division of his older and younger sons and tried to distribute his lands equally among them. Everyone knew that if they came to the head of the family, they would get help in word and deed. And as long as this man was in power, he felt confident. But he lived long enough for his hair to run gray. He had even given away almost all of his land to his grown-up children. His grandchildren grew up. He saw that everyone was living their own life. The old man was sad, thinking that his family no longer needed him. But one year there was a crop failure and famine in his already small land. That was when the old man found out how much his kin loved him. All the children and grandchildren came to their beloved parent to see how they could help him. Everyone brought him whatever they could, some food, clothes, wine. Everyone honored him, saying words of gratitude and love for all he had done for them. The old man cried, but they were tears of happiness. It was good if this was always the case in life, that the elders loved and cared for the younger ones, and the younger ones would then lovingly care for the elders. Anyone who's on Patreon is laughing because we did a reading and it was mainly focused around the elders. And a lot of the dysfunction in our society is because the natural state. So we talk about coming into union with the ecosystem. Part of the natural ecosystem is essentially this circle of life. So let's use the maid, the mother, and the crone energy as an example. Some people are struggling to ascend into the next level. So maidens could be struggling with stepping into their mother energy, that adult energy. Some mothers are struggling to step into the crone energy. And a lot of the people who are in the crone energy are feeling really drained because they don't have the support and the gratitude, and they don't have the youth putting them up on a pedestal. But the problem is the youth is struggling. Why? Because they don't have the support and the knowledge of their elders. And it's very natural for us as human beings to seek the counsel of our elders. And a message that I shared already, but I'll share with you guys here, is that many of you guys are going to start to see people around you going on the fritz, malfunctioning, looking like they're going crazy. But you guys, if you remember and you're consciously aware of what your not the ascension, the awakening process. So if you're an egg and you're frying on a pan, okay, meaning we're already cooking here. That initial trauma and shock of being cracked and hitting that pan and hearing that, imagine that's somebody's brain, okay? Thank you, Pat. Thank you guys for the donations. Imagine that's your brain. That's very much what was happening we talked about it in the last 3 of Cups, right? Where we were talking about the ascension process and that awakening, that initial awakening, and feeling like you're going crazy when really you feel like you're losing your mind, but you're actually gaining it. So many of you guys, the people around you, you're going to start seeing people around you go through this, whether it's at work, because some of these people aren't close to you, right? And your conscious mind is going to go, you're going to kind of assume or give the benefit of the doubt that this person is going through an ascension. They're going through it, and you're going to try to offer them some kind of compassion. But what's interesting is the people closest to you who are going through this ascension and are losing their mind, you're struggling. Why? Because you're taking it personally, because these people are close to you. But many of you guys are going to be triggered with seeing people go on the fritz and lose their mind, and they're essentially cracking open. They're going through the awakening. What are you going to do? Hopefully you treat these people in all the ways you wished you were treated, and give the benefit of the doubt and the compassion to these people that you wish you had when you were going through your I'm fucking losing it stage, right? But the elders essentially there's ego that is, when you guys are pulling the death card, a lot of this is going to be associated with the death of the ego. And for many people, they're struggling. And I'm speaking specifically for those that are struggling to move into the crone position. These are our elders, where for many of you guys, I am quite young in age, have elder energy that you have to validate because society won't, because you're young. This message, though, is for those that are older. They are more experienced on this earthly plane in this lifetime, this go around. Don't let ego stop you from assuming your position. Inspire, give in life and support. Serve the youth, and the youth will put you on a fucking pedestal. I promise you. The youth need you. There's a disconnect between our youth and our elders. And I swear I just did this message on Patreon, and it just came out here. So that's really cool. All right. Honor the children, honor our elders, and see the disconnect and the union that needs to occur to them both. Because I'm telling you, a lot of the dysfunction that you guys complain about in society, a lot of why this ascension journey was so painful was because the elders weren't in place, and we weren't nurturing and supporting our elders. There was a total disconnect, which we talked about is linked to slavery. The Willie Lynch psychology was to split up the dark from the light, the man from the woman, and the old from the young. Because who is going to help prepare, best suited to help prepare the youth for the future and support them in doing what they're meant to do here, which is build the future? It's the crone. It's grandpa, it's grandma. But grandpa and grandma need validation. Grandpa and grandma are tired. Grandpa and grandma feel unappreciated. Grandpa and grandma are now competing with the youth. And now the youngins are not respecting the elders, and that's creating severe dysfunction, and it's making our ascension journey harder, but it's okay. This ascension journey includes the healing of that and the union of that. All right. but let's keep going. The card combines the value of the Wheel of Fortune, Trump number 10, end of a cycle, successful completion of a cycle. The numerology of the number 10 and the value of the cup suit, meaning community, the Wheel of Fortune, Trump number 10, of generations in a family, the suit's cup, the cup suit, the fullness, the number 10, of feelings and experiences, the cup suit, and then summer. Work, group work, large teams, mutual assistance between employees, family, business, charitable organizations, high status in society, retention of privileges in resignation or retirement, and the leader's figure, subordination, money, large social benefits, good pensions, wage increases, high rent, successful monetary investments, earning more and more income over time, financial well-being. Now, with regards to finances, some of you guys, you feel like you're doing well with money because you are, meaning like you're not spending outside of your means, okay? But there's this focus here about long-term money. Retirement, that's you can retire because of the money that you've been accumulating over a long period of time. Retention, right? Large social benefits, good pension, wage increases, high rent, successful monetary investments. This is about saving for things that you can't foresee. This is about increasing, and it's not being miserly, right? Because miserly isn't good. You can actually lose a lot of abundance from being miserly. Our indigenous ancestors taught us that generosity is directly linked to wealth and abundance. So miserly people, they never get rich. And if they are rich, they never stay that way for long. But this is about saving your money for what you can't envision. So you don't know what it's for, but you know the laws of the universe. You know what you're manifesting. It's expansion. The more you expand, the more you need the money to support. That's why money doesn't do anything if you don't have money supports. That's what it is. It's not the goal, right? If you have money and nothing to support, you're going to spend it in a very frivolous way on dumb shit. But if you're wealthy, then you have all these things that your money supports and helps develop and this kind of thing, right? But some of you guys can't see it yet. That's the thing. Like you can't see what you might need that money for now. Okay, there's no lack of money. Yes, there's no lack of money. So some of you guys have money right now and you're spending it, like I said, not outside of your means, but if you scale back, like almost like as if you're saving for something. Like, oh, okay, I'm going on this trip. It's going to be really expensive. I'm going to scale back for the next couple months in preparation for that. But what if it's not mapped out? What if you're acknowledging that you're acquiring more money than you might necessarily need at this time? It's because of your future. Remember, the divine prepares us, the universe prepares us for what's to come. Because the world isn't against you, collective. It's on your side. So it's always going to try to warn you, give you signs and synchronicities, give you what it is you need so you're prepared when it comes, right? And some of you, this is actually about finances, not seeing that the divine is literally funding you for the dreams that you're manifesting so that when these things come in, you feel financially prepared and equipped. Do you get what I mean? So now you blow the money and then these opportunities come and it's not that you don't have the money, but you just might feel more pressure than you should. It's because there's an imbalance there. More money than you needed at that time. Now a time period comes in and you don't have enough. Like the Muslims believe the amount of money and abundance that you can make in a lifetime is already designated to you. Right? And I personally believe that you unlock them with talent, skills, and abilities. And these talent, skills, and abilities prepare you for the next phases of your life. So would the money, right? So yeah, that's just about the cash. Let's see about feelings and persons. A large and friendly family history, interaction of several generations. That's the maid, the mother, and the crone energy, the several interactions. younger relatives, respecting older ones, love, care of addicts, excessive attention to others, and lack to oneself, happiness and love, father figure, the figure of grandfather and eldest family member, advice, take responsibility, become a leader, lead a group of people close in spirit, take care of relatives, have fun, relax, and rest. Some of you guys are struggling to you're struggling to step into the crone energy regardless of your age, because the divine's trying to show you that you are equipped to step into some kind of mission. This is you lacking faith. You're lacking worth in your ability to be able to help somebody this week or support something or someone. You're looking at yourself not prepared, and it's because you don't pull the power from your karmic cycle. Look at everything you've survived and made accomplish and been able to accomplish. It'll get you to feel more prepared or more ready, or because some of you, somebody close to you in this 10 of Cups dynamic is going through something and you feel like you can't support them, and it's because you're struggling to tap into your own records, your own memories of what you've been through that might allow this person to be able to identify and feel like they're not alone and that you understand them. You would have to tap into that energy in order to make that person feel that way. So you feel triggered because you love someone, you care about them, you want to help them. But at the same time, it's like you're not willing to go inside of your soul and your own shadow in order to do that. So this is where you're trying to help somebody and you're feeling disconnected. It's because you're not connecting the part to them that will really help. And it's the part that knows exactly how they feel or has gone through exactly what they've gone through. So you're feeling a disconnect. Remember, the focus is on relationships closest to you this week. Okay. So yeah, some of you guys, so what came underneath the 10 of Cups is the Ace of Wands, which I found was very interesting, which is this is a 10 and an ace, which is the successful completion of a cycle and then the beginning of a new one. And they're both very like passionate, fulfilling energies, but the 8 and the ace comes after the 10. So this is some kind of like, I feel like some of you guys this week are going to realize that there's somebody or people are on your side when you might have thought you were alone. You might have thought people would be against you or not support you or understand you, and they do. And it brings this sense of confidence for you and whatever it is that you're going through and moving forward towards, and whatever. It's realizing that you have these people. Because some of you, these people are in your life, but you haven't tapped into the love vibration. So you don't really know that these people love you this way and that you have this sense of family, but your inability to be vulnerable and open up isn't letting you find that out. Right? So the vulnerability, and we worked through this for the past 2 months, all that triggering surrounding relationships to closest to you, it's to see what you've already got. It's not just to receive what you don't. Because for some of you, this dynamic is going to come into your life, and it's going to start off with one person, and it's going to end up in a couple of years like the spark of a community or something like that. But for some of you, these people are in your life, and should you be vulnerable, you will have a sense of family with these people. You'll feel like your family's expanding. You'll feel like you had what you always wanted. Because some of you guys are asking for it, and the divine's like, it's already there. You would just have to open it up to be vulnerable enough to explore that. You know what I'm saying? Be available enough. Because for some of you, you're very distracted, which is why this is the focus this month, because you're distracted and say things like work or other relationships that, see, there's a passionate new beginning. So some of you guys are focused on like a romantic relationship, but there's going to be a relationship with regards to your family or require that attention. And you could be trying to avoid the disconnection and what it needs from you at this time, and keeping it surface and light with all the passionate, intense feelings that come at the initial stages of a sexual romantic relationship. So you're going to be distracted. Your energy and your focus is going to go to these deeper level relationships. For some of you, if this is regarding love and dating, then this is about the depths that this passionate new beginning has. This could be about the clarity you have about what you really want, because that was a message coming in. You guys are not in alignment with your actions. So you're asking the divine for certain things, but then everything you're doing and the decisions you're making aren't actually a reflection of them. Right? So some of you guys are realizing that, well, if I want a family, I'm doing all this dark night and I realize like I want the stability of a family and a community, then why the fuck am I engaging in these superficial friendships and sexual relationships? Right? So now there's going to be this paradigm shift, and when the mind, where the mind goes, the body, actions, intentions will follow. Right? For some of you, this is really good news. Somebody closest to you has really good news that they're going to share with you, and you're going to share in the excitement. Or this is you. You're the one with the exciting news, and there's people around you who are genuinely happy. We talk a lot about the people who aren't happy, jealous, and bitter. Don't worry about them. They can choose to either be jealous or inspired, but these are the people who choose to be inspired out of love of themselves and you. These people are genuinely happy for what's coming into you collective. They're genuinely, so don't be afraid to share it with them. Don't be afraid to that they're going to judge or they're going to be happy for you. For some of you, it's coming out with this relationship. You've been hiding this relationship that you've been cultivating, and it's getting serious. Some of you are pregnant, but your family doesn't even know you're in this relationship, and you think they're going to judge you and they're not going to accept you, and they don't give a fuck. They love you and they're just happy for you, and they're going to support you. They're not worried. So why should you be? It takes a village, and it looks like you've got one collective, which is really quite beautiful. All right. Advice, take responsibility. We read that. And then the reverse meaning, emotional impulses, a family atmosphere at work, biased relationships between employees, the plundering of resources. Yeah, some of you guys feel nepotism in the workplace. You feel like, because I feel like you guys could work for like a family run business or something like that, or a small business, and you feel nepotism, meaning like, if I understand nepotism right, it's essentially this, where family members are favored in the workplace and at the expense of other people. And they'll earn more money, they'll make more money, they'll get credit for things they haven't done, they'll get ranking and title that they didn't earn just because they're the boss's son, daughter, whatever the case is. So you're experiencing some of this in the workplace. And I think you feel triggered by that. And I feel like what could actually be triggering you, because I feel like, yes, it's unfair and it's bullshit, but I also feel like it's the sense of family that's also triggering you. This is the focus. For a very small few of you, there's a focus, because look at unfair distribution of profits, violent family squabbles, a tangle of family intrigue, the need to rely on your feelings, relay on your feelings and sensations in decision making. For some of you, I felt that family squabble energy. I do feel like something might, because we have a 10 and a 1, something might reach a precipice, because for some of you guys, you have deep wounds with your family and you don't know how to heal them. You have no idea where to start, how to trigger it. There's so many blockages. The divine's going to help this, but somehow it's going to be like an explosion. There's like this, it's like there's like secrets. The truth isn't addressed. It's not discussed, but there's going to be an argument that happens in your family that is going to cause the truth to come out. So yes, it's not in the greatest way, but who's to say it's not the greatest way if it gets the result that's needed, which is the truth to get out on the table so that healing can actually occur, right? But it just seems like it's an argument. There's fire. It's like, whoosh, somebody sparks something. And it's not, some people in the family could see this person as like trying to demonize them and be like, look what you started, look what you started. The divine worked through this person. So be very careful trying to attack this person for just saying the honest truth and saying how they feel. Because somebody's blaming this person, but the divine made them do it. So be careful, because the divine will protect you. If the divine tells you to do something and you create a portal within yourself and allow that to manifest through the divine supports you viciously. So your ops aren't even your ops. They're the divine's ops. So your ops aren't even your ops. They're not. If you have true faith and you channel and you are a portal for the divine, you don't have ops. The divine is the yin with that little black dot, okay, of sheer fucking darkness. Like, they don't play about you guys. So your ops aren't even your ops. The divine handles that. As long as you maintain this portal, you are a portal. We talk a lot about these portals, and the divine literally showed me my entire abdomen as a fucking portal. And I'm like, okay, the weed. Just like the weed. No, I'm just joking. I was serious. Like, I am the portal. I am the motherfucking portal. Collective, you are the portal. We're gonna break that out. Don't worry. We're gonna further break that out. Anyway, so that's the main energy. Okay, we're 2 cards in and half an hour in, but this is the focus for the week, collective. Either way, it's good. Either way, you know why? Because we have a 10 and an ace. So this is what you want and have been asking for. I know it because I've been reading for you guys for a long time, and it's also what everyone at this stage of the journey is asking for. They're wanting to wrap up successfully these karmic cycles now that they've gotten really clear about what it is they do want, that why paradigm, right? And here is the beginning of it. This is the why paradigm starting to manifest and trickle in. This is exciting. So fuck, who cares how triggering it is? Who cares? Thank you for the donation. Who cares about that? This is what you want. Just remember that, because some of you guys, the triggering is going to make you think this is not what I wanted. Allow your head and your heart to come into union. Allow yourself to go into meditation so you can see your own situation from a third party perspective, gain a different perspective. It'll bring clarity that, oh, yes, this is difficult right now. Yes, this is triggering, but it's totally in alignment with the bigger picture of what I want. Like, for example, if there's healing that needs to occur in a family, all this triggering. So these are truths. These are people's opinion. These are people's feelings. These are people's projections. It's all getting triggered up, right? But it does allow for healing, because you can't heal nothing when people are lying, pretending, sweeping under the rug, being passive aggressive, avoidant. You heal nothing and the wound festers. Thank you, Organic Blackberry. It festers like a fucking virus. I mean, not get gross. Okay. I want to just clarify these 2 cards. Let's layer it. Let's pull Lenormand, and then I'll do another layer of tarot. I want to layer it. Tarot, Lenormand, Tarot, Lenormand. Thank you, Father God. Hi, guys. I'm pretending like I can see your comments, but it's hard. Like, it's blurry. I left my glasses in the car. Yes, my son is 21 and is going through something, and my mom is trying to put the fear of God into me that he's going crazy. I've taken a different approach to deal with him. I'm allowing the support. Beautiful. Taliba, that is so beautiful. Like, I could feel your crone energy, you know, and even though you might be younger, do you see what I mean about you needing to validate your crone energy? Even if you're the younger person, doesn't matter. If your crone energy is taking the lead and offering that higher level support, understanding from it's your old soul essentially living out in the 3D, you know. It's just beautiful. You're going to offer a lot of support around you to the people who are going through this ascension journey, which will make sense, which will get you to understand why you might have agreed to maybe go through it first. It doesn't mean you're ascended further. It's about the awakening, guys. We've been ascending the whole time nonstop, but the awakening is a different thing. It's an increased conscious awareness. And a lot of people are having that right now, and people are responding very differently. There's going to be people around you who take such inspired action. They're almost like unrecognizable. And it's because of that awakening process. I don't want to die. I want to live. I have greatness in me. I love myself. Well, then what the fuck am I waiting for? Boom. And you're just thinking, whoa, that's another way you could see people living out this energy where it looks like they're crazy, but they're living their best motherfucking life. Where other people look like they're crazy and they're not living their best fucking life. And that's kind of how it went for me, because I actually, what woke me up was actually my shadow. So it was like a nightmare. Like, I woke up and I was just like, oh my God, I need an exorcism. And my shadow's like, good luck with that, bitch. Like, I felt like I lost my goddamn mind. Anyways, we've got the Queen of Cups. Yeah, this is because I'm talking about me losing my goddamn mind. Yeah. It was a lot, right? But I feel totally equipped to help anybody that I see going through that. I feel like it's just, like I was saying, I think it's difficult when the person's really close to you because it's hard not to take what they're doing, saying personally. Where when they're not so close to you, you can give them the benefit of the doubt because you don't really give a fuck. Let's ask your shadow. That's why. But when your shadow cares, then it makes it a lot harder for it to do what your higher self is saying for it to do, right? Anyways, then we've got the Four of Pentacles. Some of you guys made a sacrifice. Some of you guys are the reason why your family or these relationships closest to you are the focus is because everything right now is facing opposite of it, meaning you want to pursue something independently, and you have a codependency and a tight relationship with your family, and it just feels like certain people are going to feel like you're selfish, like you've dropped them, like you've let them go, but you haven't. You're dropping the codependency and you're picking up your independence. This is something that you want regardless of what anybody else around you feels about it. It could actually take you away from certain people, less available. For some of you, you've got a family member or parent or something like this that isn't happy for some kind of expansion, you starting your own family, getting married, engaged, and it has nothing to do with you. You're taking it personally. What it's doing is triggering in them what they hope they had, with wish that wanted for themselves. They could feel threatened that your expansion is going to somehow kick them out, leave them behind, but you're taking it personally, like, oh my God, they're not happy for me. Like, how could they not be happy? They can't. They actually can't right now because of how they're being triggered. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm saying this week you could be dealing with a little bit with the people closest to you. Okay, let's see what else. I just saw the Nine of Swords, which is stress. So there could be something that I think some of you guys get triggered. So meaning a couple months ago or a year ago, if this happened, you would have been really, really stressed, but it comes in and you're not. You've realized how you've ascended, expanded. Some of you guys don't know how far you've come in the healing journey. Something's going to occur that's going to get you this week to be very aware of that, because you're going to be like, whoa, if that was a year ago, I would have done this, I would have done that. Like, I feel like you're going to see that you've grown, expanded. Let's see what else, though. Then we've got the Divine Masculine with the Five of Wands. So this is somebody wanting... I was channeling a message. I'm trying to remember it because it's here. It was something to do with the way, because this is about somebody, this is a romantic partner who wants to mend a bridge with you, collective. This is a current one. I don't care what the timeline is on it. I don't read about time. It's out of my jurisdiction and pay grade. But this is about some kind of reconciliation, but it's why you're being asked to forgive this person. And it's fucked up. Why the divine is asking you to forgive this person, even if you don't want to move forward in your life with them. Why this mending of a bridge? This is in the 3D. And even if it's not in the 3D and it's the 5D, it's because this person treated you, they were a reflection of the lack of love, the lack of faith. It's like, if you don't forgive them, you're not forgiving yourself. The way you can't forgive somebody is essentially what you're not able to forgive and acknowledge of what. Some of you guys, you don't even understand how you have to forgive yourself because you won't even acknowledge how you hurt yourself. But if you look at this person or these people, your karmics or whatever, you'll get a really clear indication of how you were hurting yourself, selling yourself out, not choosing yourself, degrading yourself, lying to yourself. So this is why the divine is asking you to forgive somebody, because they essentially have come to the same realization as you. Like, how could I do that to me? How could I hurt me? How could I? It's that feeling. Somebody else feels that way about you. How could I do this to somebody I care about and that I love? For some of you, somebody this week is going to come and say that to you. I don't know how I did that. I wasn't in a good place. I wasn't in the right of mind. Collective, it's going to be hard for you to believe, except for you had to say this to yourself. You guys live healthier lives. You make healthier decisions. You make healthier choices. But you didn't always make those choices. Good luck with that, collective. I swear to God, that is serious. Like, whoever is being initiated with that, you're doing those big lessons, because that's a fucking doozy. It's like the divine's like, oh, you sure? You don't want to forget? Are you sure? And shows you the mirror of you. It's like someone's gonna come to you and seek forgiveness, and you're gonna know exactly how they feel, because you feel that way about yourself and what you did to yourself. Okay, then we've got the King of Swords. About a decision. The decisions that you made when you weren't awakened, when you didn't care, when you didn't love yourself, when you didn't have faith about your future. And it's almost like, do you really regret it? Like, it's like seeing the process. It's like, this is all about, all this right now is about these two cards, this mending of this bridge and this healing here. This is coming to common ground, mending a bridge. Somebody's taking actions to do that. Somebody's ready to do that now when they might not have been ready to do that before. We have the Four of Cups. And if you add these two cups together, it's the Six of Cups. This is speaking about the past. So for many of you, you are going to, with the 10 being a successful completion, you're going to drop these burdens. The same dynamic family energy reading, the way that was triggered up. And yes, it felt really like bad at first, but it was really good. It got the truth out. It allows for healing, clarity. I see this happening romantically as well. There are conflicts that have these energies attached to your aura that are attached to this conflict. You clear this, you lighten up your aura. And we know that this whole journey, the Libra scales teach us that our journey is to lighten our load so that we can ascend higher. Remember, our heart's supposed to be the same weight as a feather. This is going to help you lighten that load so your heart's a little lighter. Sudden ending. Okay, what's the sudden ending about? Seven of Cups, the Ace of Wands again, and the Five of Swords. Some of you guys are confused. I feel like your ego is going to be so triggered. And because all this conflict energy goes back to this original energy we tapped into, and it's the 10 of Cups. These aren't people you can cut off. These are people you want, you feel drawn to, you love them. So these 5 energies this is why your focus is on family, because of the 5s. These are challenges, these are conflicts. This is the energy that I see getting triggered, and it allows for the aces to come in, which is this healing. There's confusion surrounding relationships closest to you, connections where you don't know how to feel because you're doing a lot of speculating, or you're not sure. There's clarity that's going to come into you that's going to make you a lot more sure about how you feel. You're going to feel more emotionally stable because of some kind of clarity that comes in. It could be a discussion, it could be a conversation, it could be some kind of written correspondence. I'm not really sure. Okay. And where are we at? 44. I think we're gonna wrap, but I just want to pull one more tarot and then we'll wrap. Hey guys, how are you, beautiful people? The focus this week: 2 of Cups, 10 of Cups. It's the relationships closest to you. They're going to draw your attention. And some of you guys, because you're focused on career opportunities, you're focused on abundance and stuff, don't be so quick to like fight the attention going in this direction, because a lot of your abundance, remember, wealthy people don't just seek for money. Wealthy people are abundant in multiple areas. You want to be wealthy. This is the divine bringing abundance in other areas. And abundant people have people around them they can genuinely trust, who genuinely love and support them. There's a lot of rich people who don't have that. That's why they get robbed all the time. They're paranoid, because they're not wealthy. They're just rich, right? But wealthy people have enough money and abundance to support all the loyal, loving people in their life. You know what I'm waiting? You know what I'm waiting? Anyways, yeah, the 3 of Swords, heartbreak, and then the 4 of Wands. Some of you guys are going to be feeling like mentally unstable this week for some reason. For some of you, it's because you're going through an awakening. So some of you guys that are newer, you found me right before you cracked open. It was almost like you were trying to subconsciously prepare yourself for what was about to happen. So if you feel like you're losing your mind, trust me when I tell you, you are gaining it. I still go through periods. That first initial awakening where I felt like I was losing my mind and going through the exorcism, that was what, like 5, 6 years ago. Like I felt like I was losing my goddamn mind a couple of times since then. But for some of you, this is the first time you're going to feel like that. You're gaining your fucking mind. Clarity's coming in, and that's why you feel fritz. The matrix is malfunctioning. You're being unplugged. So it's like, like you get what I mean? So feel liberated by it. It's like skinny dipping. Just get naked and run in the water. Like, just be free. Like, you know, some of you guys are going to feel that this week. Like, fuck it. It's like skinny dipping. I'm taking off all my clothes and I'm running. Like, I don't give a fuck who's watching. It's uninhibited. Some of you guys are going to feel so liberated because you essentially wash yourself of the care of other people's perception. And I think it's because you've tapped into how limited people are, regardless of how free they pretend to be. Okay. But anyways, guys, that's the weekly spread. All right. Let me know what you guys feel about this reading. Because some of you, this energy resonated with you last week or last month or whatever. Time is fluid. I only call them weeklies because I'm going to do it on a weekly basis. But none of these readings are date or zodiac sign specific. Okay. And neither is it on the Patreon. All right. And yeah. Love you guys too. And talk about the energies what you guys went through last week. Cause like I tell you guys we're gonna do events and shit. You know what I'm saying? So connecting on a weekly basis isn't just for me and you guys, it's for each other. You guys don't understand. You guys gonna come to this event. You're gonna walk into a room with a bunch of people you feel like you know that you've never seen, because you guys have been ascending together for years. It's gonna be wild. It's really going to be wild. I'm already taking credit for and like gushing over an event that I haven't executed yet, but I know it's going to be great. And I was making jokes that I'm going to charge a surplus for all of like the connections, the lifelong connections that people make. It's going to be built into the ticket price. All right. An extra like 5% inflation for all of like this genuine soulmates that you'll leave there with, whether romantic, platonic, business partners. That's why it's going to have a very loungy feel, because you guys need space to be able to chat with each other and get to know each other. All right. Anyways, I love you guys. And until the next time I see you, beautiful people, mwah, keep letting your inner angels live. Ciao.